So it's just a little bit after 5 o'clock, and I'm at the spot that I was at yesterday on the river. For me, not for you. You watched me tenkara fly fish yesterday. Sorry, but we got rain days coming, so sometimes two videos in a day. However, things can change overnight. I was here yesterday, and it looks different. Well, to most people, it's not going to look that different, but to me, it's a big difference. The tree is still here. Whoa! Oh, jeez. Look at that. Did I leave that here? I must have. I didn't realize I left a tail here. Or maybe that's from someone else, because I don't remember doing that. I don't think so. But look. See, there's the fire ring. Let me straddle this, get over it, the other side. River has come up overnight, just a little more. Also, this has a lot to do with the tide as well, so it might drop a little bit. But you can see I had my rods right here and there was no water last night. I totally know that someone else was here, because yesterday, look, you see a difference? I didn't realize at first, but somebody took a machete or something and cut all that was there. So yeah, that is not my tail. I'm gonna go ahead and get some witch's broom collected, because there's no wind like there was yesterday when I was here, and the mosquitoes are already a problem, so we will fix that here really soon. But let's get some baits out as well. Cotton balls and Vaseline. Great fire starter. Perfect. Even better. It's gonna burn, but smoke is a good thing right now. So I have mullet a little bit, I think maybe 2 or so from left over from yesterday, and then I have some stuff I just caught earlier. But let's get at the older stuff, because it's probably still good. Let's see what we got in here. I got bits and pieces. Yeah, I didn't leave a tail here. Let's go ahead and get a couple of steaks. Now I want to get real steaks, so I can say, now let's throw those 2 steaks on the Barbie. These are the exact same 2 rods from yesterday, last time I was fishing here. I've changed things a little bit. We've got 4 ounces of lead on each rig. This rig, it's the same hook from last time. It's probably like a 5/0. On my Twitch and Whiskers rod, fresh hook. This is a 6/0 octopus. What I like to do is take the tip and kind of get some of the scales off there where I'm going to put the tip in, and I just want to go just underneath the skin a little bit, not too shallow, not too deep, right there in the center where we end up with something like this. We're ending up with a decent fire. It's going to burn fast. So right now the river is still rising, and what you should expect when it's rising is stronger current and lots of debris, because this is from storms that came through days ago. It took a while for this water to get here, because this is not dirty from all our weather. This is dirty from weather north of us, north of Baton Rouge. Nothing really drains, nothing massive or small drains into the river below Baton Rouge as much as it does above Baton Rouge. So that's where all this dirty water came from, and there's a lot of debris in it. I just saw a tree out there. Last night there was a loose buoy going down, and smaller things will come in here, and little bits of grass, all kinds of horrible stuff you should expect to be in the water when the river's rising. But you should expect strong current. That's why we switched to the 4 ounces, because this current, I can see it, it is super strong coming in front and behind this structure we're going to fish. I know that these 4 ounces will totally drift, but not as much as the 3s were. Okay, we'll call that good, but we gotta hurry up, get the other one out. Let's see how far this drifts. I pretty much put it in the corner, but I don't want to ever throw tight to that corner. I'll catch some snags there, ropes, so just towards it but not all the way up in it. And we're drifting all the way to the middle where those grouping of pylons is. The second bait I'm gonna put pretty much right at the pylons, if not just to the right of them. Just to the right, almost in line with them too. Now this is going to drift pretty much to the end of the structure, which is good. Pick up a lot of big fish there. I will pick up fish where the first bait is as well. All right, let's get this in the holder and tend to that fire because it is burning fast. We got to feed it. How strong am I? Look at that. Bug damage. Look at that. You know what I wonder? Do you know what I wonder? Remember I was talking about this. So this is all rotted out in the core, and you'll find a lot of willows down here where I'm at like this. You see there's bug damage here. There are beetles that I saw in here last night, ants. So what I'm wondering is, let me show you something else. I look at this and that totally looks like termites to me, because I've spent many years in New Orleans working on houses that were like 200 or more years old, right? And almost every lick of wood in some of those houses look like that. So I'll come out here and I find wood, I find trees that look like termites were in them, but they're full of ants, right? And they're small ants. They're not, I don't think they're carpenter ants. Carpenter ants are down here, but what I believe happens, and I was researching this last night and this morning, a lot of times ants, or fire ants, right, they will invade a termite nest and attack it and eat the termites, eat the babies. So maybe that's why I keep finding what looks like termite wood infested with ants. Ants going up in there like it's a restaurant having dinner. Just like yesterday, I'm really excited to be at this spot. I've done so well in April when the rivers come up, but my confidence isn't as high as my excitement, because yeah, this is really dirty, and it's not quite there water temp yet, but good enough to where we should get something. But we're at 60 degrees still. I'm sure that's going to change in about a week's time, or maybe almost at most 2 weeks, but at best a week is what I'm thinking. At the moment, it's just a matter of waiting for a fish tonight and waiting for the river in general just to come up in temperature. But when the river is up like this in April, up into these trees, good things are about to happen. If it stays up like this, it looks like it's going to stay up around not just 10, but now it's predicted to come up to 11. It looks like it's going to be at 11 cresting for over a week, and hopefully it stays up at 11 long enough for the river shrimp to start running, because this spot is going to be great when they start to run if the river is up into these willows. But if it's not up into the willows, it'll still be good for the shrimp. They'll still be up in here, and it'll still be a prime big fish spot. I expect this to kind of be like last night without the wind. It is just now 6:14, so I've pretty much been here for an hour, maybe even with baits out for an hour. Have not seen a bite. I have been doing stuff here and there, but mostly paying attention to the rod, so maybe I could have had a bite and I didn't see it, but I'm gonna say no, I have not had a bite. So the way it went last night was, after a long wait, I had a fish that came off, and then a little more of a wait, and then I had a fish that did not come off. And all of that action was right before I lost the light. So we have a little under an hour and a half before we get to that point where we're going to lose the light. So maybe we'll see something around sunset. Maybe we'll see something a little after. But that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now. I don't see much of a reason to stay after it gets dark, but a good enough reason to stay up until it gets dark. If you want my honest opinion of what this looks like, I think we're maybe even beyond butterscotch. This looks like a bit of looks like coffee with a bit of milk in it. Almost reminds me of Oklahoma. It's a little reddish today. It's a little bit of a different color than yesterday. Oh, but yeah, way out there, just in front of the end of the structure, I saw something jump out of the water, probably a big mullet. My confidence level would come up if I started seeing mullet jumping out of the water right in front of us. That would tell me that bait is coming through here. So it might be a while. Yeah, I just have to wait. 12 after 7 right now. There is a bunch of debris right over here. There's a bunch of it getting pushed in at the end of the structure, right over where this bait is. It is time to check the baits, at least this one. In the end, this bait, the Twitch and Whiskers rod, has drifted way out. Even though I switched to 4s, the current is still strong. It's because river is rising. When your river is rising, you're gonna have stronger current. And of course there's this to deal with. There's big debris floating in the river tonight, and tons of the little stuff. Came back with the bait. Looks fine too. Nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna put it right back out there. I don't know if I'm gonna even bother checking the other one. I'm sure I still have bait on there. The river keeps getting closer and closer to that fire. It's coming up a little bit. We're getting more significant wakes come in as well. This is pretty much sunset. We're going to be losing the light soon. I don't know how much later, or how much longer I should say, I'm going to stay. But we will stay for a little bit after I lose the light and see if something happens. Might be just deleting all this. Who knows? Look at that. Okay. Right after sunset, we get a bite. First legit bite, I'm gonna say. Let's go ahead and turn on some lights here. Maybe he'll come back. Woof, smoky. Power on, AC. Probably just give that, oh, the smoke is following me. Just give it like 5-10 minutes and I'll check that bait. There may have been a smaller fish messing with it. All right, let's see if I have bait. Could just freshen it too, even if it's there. Oh, look at that. Doesn't look like anything is wrong with it. Wind is starting to pick up. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay, but I'm not going anywhere right now. I've had a nice hit. I've got a fresh piece out there. It's a piece of panfish caught earlier, so it's super fresh from today. I cast it almost into the structure. Should be okay, hopefully. It's drifting over to the end where it's deep. If it's just one nice one, I'll be happy. If it's just one, well, that's job done. But it's to be expected. The river is really, really dirty, full of debris, and just very strong current, and only at 60 degrees. It's early days. This is what you should expect when your river is freshly muddy. Because yeah, it is the muddy. It is the big muddy. Let's see what time it is now. 8:05. I'm having to sit like almost in the smoke. The mosquitoes are getting bad. I'm gonna reassess what I'm doing at 8:30. Ugh, smoke in the face. These wakes are almost gonna put out the fire for me. Look at that, blue runner's getting a hit. That's that octopus style circle hook. I'm not gonna try and strike. I'm just gonna let him have it. It's 8:30 right now. He's taking it down. I think we might have a hook up here. We're just gonna come up gently, reeling, pulling. Yeah. Finally, at the moment of reassessment, I get a fish. Nice. I can't tell you how big this fish is. It doesn't feel massive quite yet. Head, finally, there. Head shakes. Fighting. I can't see it quite yet. Oh. I didn't realize there was a bunch of stuff here. I gotta come out into the dark because I'm into a bunch of stuff. Hopefully I can get to it without getting my boots too deep. Ooh, I don't have too far. I'm stuck on willow roots. Finally, I went and found a stick and got my little fish. Camouflaged inchworm caterpillar is what that is. Well, it's cool I got a fish and I got to see a camouflaged caterpillar. Yeah, you're right. That's a nice, clean, eater-sized blue cat. All right, I'm gonna take this one. You know, I don't actually read the comments because it's kind of like a minefield at times, and I don't have a lot of time to be doing that anyway. But I do see some here and there. And I saw one early this morning and said, "You threw away dinner." Well, I don't always keep fish. I don't keep a lot of catfish anyway, because they're not my favorite to eat. But that's a good size one to eat. I'm going to eat that. However, you know, I fish just about every day when things are good. yeah, I'm not going to be keeping fish every day because that's just too much. It gets to be too much. Catch and release is a good thing. But I'm not throwing away dinner tonight, so you should be pleased. All right there, amigos. That's going to do it for me. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being a member of the channel, and I will see you next time.